There's a reason your brain lets go of information faster than you'd like. And no, it's not because you're broken or doomed to a future of D's and E's. No, it's because your brain is wired for survival and not for exams. Let me take you back for a second. Picture a young man, hunter-gatherer, thousands of years ago. Let's call him Kimo. Kimo wakes up one morning to find his tribe on edge. There's a rumor. A tiger has been spotted near the river. Now, Kimo's brain does something incredible. It instantly marks that information as critical, yeah? Not because it's written in some notebooks or some history books, but because his survival literally depends on it. When he approaches the river later that evening, Kimo remembers. Not because he reviewed it 5 times a day or did a cut on it, but because the emotional weight and risk made it unforgettable. Fast forward to you sitting at your desk trying to memorize 47 definitions for your business paper 1. No tigers, no adrenaline, no survival pressure, and so your brain files it under not immediately necessary. That's how we are built. There's a psychological term for this, the forgetting curve, discovered by Hermann Ebbinghaus with a double B, a German psychologist in the 19th century. He became the first person to systematically study memory loss over time. Ebbinghaus found that we lose about 50% of newly learned information within an hour of learning it. By the end of a day, we have forgotten 70% of it. A week later, it's almost all gone. But here's the thing nobody tells you. Your brain is not failing you, it's protecting you. Imagine if you perfectly remembered everything you saw, had, read, and felt every single day. Every number plate, every random conversation, every ad on TikTok. You'd be paralyzed by data. Worst case scenario. Memory isn't meant to be a warehouse, it's meant to be a filter. Which brings me to this. If you want to beat the forgetting curve, you have to trick your brain into believing that in the information you're consuming matters. If what you're studying feels meaningless, your brain labels it as irrelevant, but attach it to a story, a goal, a deeper desire, and it will stick. And the way to do that is through spaced repetition. Think of it like writing in sand or writing on the sand at the beach. The first time you scribble a word, say photosynthesis, a gentle wave comes and washes it away. The second time you trace it deeper, and that time deeper still. By the 4th or 5th pass, you've carved it into the sand so firmly that even high tides can't erase it. Same with your brain. The mistake most students make is cramming. They try to carve everything into the sand during one tide cycle, right before the storm. It feels productive because you're working hard, but you're working against your biology. Kimo did not cram tiger facts the night before. He learned over time, by repeated exposure, by hearing stories of the tiger's path, by seeing the claw marks on the trees, by feeling the fear when others talked about the tiger. His brain attached emotion, urgency, and repetition to that information. You have to simulate that. Use flashcards, not once but several times over days. Teach the concept to a friend or sibling. Or better yet, teach it to someone who has no clue what you're talking about. When you teach, your brain shifts from passive reception to active retrieval. It carves deeper trenches in that sand. Write it down from memory. Get it wrong, then correct it. The struggle strengthens the memory trace. If you're a visual learner, draw it. Play it back while you're commuting, where you're going from class to class. Your brain loves familiarity. The more it sees or hears something, the more it decides, okay, this keeps coming up, might be very important. And don't underestimate your environment. Kimo learned near the river, under the trees, with tension in the air. Your bedroom bedroom is when you're on your holidays, right? But your dormitories, your classrooms don't exactly inspire urgency. So hack that. Use different study spots. Change your sceneries now and then. That scenery association can anchor information. And here's a wild fact. Studies show that sleep within 6 hours of study improves memory consideration by up to 40%. Think of sleep as the final wave that either erases or engraves your sand writing. If you skip it, no amount of studying can save those facts. Remember, it's not about IQ. It's about working with your ancient, beautifully flawed, survival-obsessed brain. So next time you forget what you studied, don't panic. Just remember, Kimo, the tiger, and the sand. Your brain isn't broken, it's prehistoric. Work with it, not against it. And you'll find yourself remembering more than you thought you could. Now, if this information and this conversation is something that you love to have, leave a comment below, like this video, and share this video with a friend who you know deeply needs this, especially if you're preparing for your national exams. See you in our next conversation. Bye.